Good afternoon, Eagle, Nick, and the wife's calling me, of course. Of course. Perfect timing. She's ruining my intro. First comment I see as soon as I log in is, "What can anyone answer me? Why? Answer me this. Why are frauditors so freaking crazy and stupid?" It's their nature. It's their way. Legitimately a good question. I have no idea how to answer that. But good afternoon. Starting a bit late. And really not gonna be here long. I know I say that every time, but I literally cannot stream for long. I have a hard cutoff at 5:30, maybe 6, but I am still here. I wanted to say hello. Good to see everybody on this very cold and chilly Tuesday afternoon. The day before New Year's. So probably trying to get your last minute projects done to wrap the year up. And yeah, here we are. Let's see who's here. A bunch of folks here already. Good to see everybody. Thanks for coming. Bookie Worm Chili did nutcase. Well, he can't be that much of a nutcase if he's going to delete every law that ever existed. I mean, that is what he's going to do. That's his channel name, right? I don't know. Hey there, Doc Lanu. Valley Ken, good afternoon. Roundup. Hope you're feeling better, buddy. Hope you're feeling better. Cyberact, what's going on? Hope your sister's doing better. Great to see you. And of course, Maddie Turner. Good to see you. Mad D5. I almost said Mad Dog. Mag D5. Good afternoon. 2 days in a row. So actually, it's funny. I haven't streamed this much since I started my channel. There was a period I was streaming pretty much every night. Just the last couple of days I've had time. This time of year is when it's slowest in my field, but once New Year hits, I'm not gonna have time like this. So it is what it is. Oh wow, thanks. $2 from Doc Lanu, 2 days in a row. Okay, well, no, she didn't kick me out. She's calling me off the hook. That always means she probably wants me to do something, so I'll figure out what she wants in a second. But this, Doc, is just for you.
Whoa. Thank you so much for that $2 super thanks. You are so awesome. You are super. Eagle Nick says that. You are super. And I thank you. Give me $1, you make me holler. Eagle Nick, all this.
Thank you, Doc. Is this stream about Chili? We can chat about Chili. It's actually, we could watch him being arrested, but I wasn't really going to talk about Chili. But what do you mean you thought he died? What do you mean you thought he died? That's not true, is it? It can't be. Wait a minute. Now you got me scared. No? Okay. That scared me. I said, so what do you mean? So what do you mean he died? No, Chili the Cash Girl is alive and well, so a-hole lives forever. Yep. In this society, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Oh man. So what are we gonna do? Well, like I said, I'm not gonna be here for long. Wanted to hang out just for a bit. I know the Doc's out a couple of old books to get that $2. It's from Eagle Nick. Out it. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Well then, I guess we might as well get started, guys. So as we do the new formation of the channel, we didn't start late, but our new style is now we're going to play our intro and get our show started. So let go.
Frauditor Mania. I love you so much. Thanks. You are so awesome. You are super. Eagle Nick says that. You are super. And I thank you.
Are you live right now?
Yep.
La 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 la. I don't care what you say. La la la.
Hi.
You're triggering me. You're trying to get me
That's
emotionally active.
I'm not trying to. You're doing it to yourself.
The cameras. Witness.
That's fine. There's lots of witnesses. We're in the middle of the public.
You stepped in the puddle, buddy. Your sock's gonna get all wet. Your sock is all soaked and wet.
Oh, what an assault.
Fuck you up. Say my mom again, bro. Say my mom again. Say my mom again, bro. Say my mom again. Say it again, bro. Say it again. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Wait.
Are you serious right now?
Yes, like I can like stay out here with my camera and stuff.
Certainly.
Yeah. Oh, my name's Russ. Your name, ma'am? Wow. Holy cow. Such rude and unprofessionalism. Or I mean, orally or in writing.
I'm gonna shut this window.
Can I-
I'm not agreeing to be in video.
Can I do an open records request? Please?
Let's go.
Don't you touch me. Don't you put hands on me. This is a lawsuit, sir.
Okay.
Everybody see what's happening? Look at this. They're wrong.
Quit touching my penis! Quit touching my penis! Quit touching my penis! It's not. It's called a public easement. Quit trying to fucking bully me. I know my rights.
Stop. Come on. You're like an old man, and I'm an old man.
Sir, that's not nice of you, sir. That's not nice of you.
Go ask her. Go ask her, by the way. You cocksucker. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. We're making holy honor. That's how you throw a kid, right?
It's a First Amendment right violation. I'm a press.
Dude, get the f*** out of me. Call the police. What the
No, you wanted to stand there and hold your cell phone in my face is what you wanted to do. Yes, you do. Take your cell phone and go and make your complaint, okay? Okay.
Those are my fucking court records on the floor.
Get this off my wrist!
She has a broken back, by the way, too.
You think that me wanting to know where to find you has anything to do with YouTube? You're sadly mistaken. Your name is going on the lawsuit.
All right, I gotta take that last bit out. I have to take that last bit out because he's not suing me anymore. He made it clear. He made a public declaration for public safety that he's not suing me. That my name is not going on the lawsuit. So, oh wow. Okay, we're gonna start. Have you guys, and I'm sure you have. Have you guys seen this video? This is from a YouTube channel named Free Inhabitant 4, and it's titled Illegal Arrest. I can't give you much context to the video, but there's a good chance once you start listening to what's being said and hear the voice, you might actually pick up on what's going on. And if you are able to pick up on what's going on, someone tell me who this person is. So this is, as you see, a traffic stop. And you know what? Let's let the video speak for itself.
Without a license.
But we told you he's an Article 4 free inhabitant, so he does not have to have a license. This is on recording.
Most likely, just for my safety, because I got a lot going on with this Article 3 or 4.
Article 4, free inhabitant pursuant to the Articles of Confederation. You can look it up. It's in the United States Book of Codes. It is your laws you have to follow.
All right, I will do that. Just be smart, Mom. Want to watch you back here?
So, of course, we don't see the full context because it looks like the filming started after the dude driving the car was arrested because I guess he didn't have a driver's license. But, of course, it's always the loud ones that always are the ones that get everybody in trouble. What do I mean? Well, you'll see. I just found this. I know you guys have seen it. I've seen it, but this is a classic. That voice can cut glass. Oh yeah. They're talking about penises.
I have one detained for 12,500.
Oh, this woman.
I have a passenger.
Article 4. No, Article 4, free and happy.
Do you know if anyone came up with the cure for stupidity? Because the moment they do, you may have to deal with FrAuditors no more anymore. I don't think there's a cure for that, unfortunately. And that's why FrAuditors still exists.
Inhabitant, it's different.
Okay.
Article 4, free inhabitant, pursuant to the Articles of Confederation.
Put the camera down for me. Is that if it records, that's fine. But I don't want you holding anything.
No weapons, no weapons. All right, no.
Okay. So what I'm going to ask you to do is the same thing.
I get out of the car?
Yes.
No, I'm not getting out of the car.
All right.
Well, I would love to see an instance where that actually works. You're ordered out. You say, "Nope, I'm not getting out." So what do you expect the officer to do? All right, then, ma'am. Have a good day. Like, no, that's not how it works.
You can go get your superior.
Well, I am going to tow this car, and you cannot be in the vehicle while I'm towing this vehicle.
Well, if you go get your superior, he'll clarify that he can be set free because he does not have to have a license.
That's not going to happen right now, young lady. So either you're going to come out of the car on your own free will, or I'm going to assist you.
I'm going to get out of the car and walk down to that house.
No.
So that is just a ploy, meaning I will leave, but not because you told me to. I will walk to that house. Okay, so you're not willing to get out of the car because the officer told you to, but you're willing to get out of the car simply just for the sake of being a contrarian. That's all this is. All this is again, individuals that are claiming that no one has authority over them. And that they, as a quote unquote free man, have authority. Now, the thing is, at the end of the day, when everybody has authority, nobody has authority. But that's what these people want. That's the type of society that they want us to live in. And I fail to see how that would be successful in any way, shape, or form. But what do I know?
You are not free to leave right now.
Are you saying you have authority over me?
Yes, I do.
You have proven authority over me.
Yes, I do.
How did you do that?
The County of Imperial through the sheriff.
You do not have authority over a human being, over a free inhabitant.
Do you want to argue the point?
You need to go look up your laws.
I don't have to look at anything right now.
How is he supposed to do that on the side of the road? You need to go look up your laws. Okay. Like, no.
Now, what I need to do is get you out of the vehicle. If you have identification, please hand the identification over to me.
No.
Identify yourself to me.
And I'm not going to step out of the vehicle.
All right. Well, you know, you are impeding my investigation.
First, she says she'll go get out of the vehicle and walk to someone's house, a stranger's house. Now she's saying she won't leave the vehicle.
You are delaying me, which is a penal code violation in the state of California.
That law only applies to U.S. citizens.
Well,
so what are you then? And that's not no. So in essence, this idiot thinks that all because you are not a citizen of the United States, even though I don't know ethnically where this woman is from. I don't know if she's whatever. I don't know. But if that was the case, that would mean that I could go to any country that I'm not a quote unquote resident, or I'm not there lawfully, and I don't have to abide by any rules. Like I have some sort of immunity because of the fact that I'm not a resident of that country. That principle just doesn't make sense whatsoever.
Where are you a citizen of?
I am not a U.S. citizen.
Well, see,
I am a free inhabitant. I am of the earth. I do not belong to any corporation. I do not belong to any country.
Yeah,
no.
Oh my God. Any country, any corporation, a free inhabitant. I don't even know how that's even possible. If you're a free inhabitant and you're not a part of any country, then you can't have benefits from any country. Then you can't have driver's license, even though not many of these guys do. But you can't have any of that. So you're willing to sacrifice all that just to defy this officer's lawful orders?
You're in the sovereign states of the United States. You will abide by the rules and laws.
See,
and you have certain protections.
A free inhabitant is they are allowed to. They're free people. They have all of the rights.
Wait, what?
Of a U.S. citizen without following any of their laws.
Well, that would just
what? Say that again, lady.
You will abide by the rules and laws.
See,
and you have certain protections.
a free inhabitant is they are allowed to. They're free people. They have all of the rights of a U.S. citizen without following any of their laws.
Well,
tell me how that makes sense. On what? If in the realm of possibility that was the case, that would mean that authority would be irrelevant. People would just keep going to different countries that they are not residents of, and they could do whatever they want. That, on its face, makes zero sense. And especially, I get the rights of a person being here, but I don't have to follow your laws. What?
That would just be pure anarchy if that were the case.
No, because we're peaceful people. We're peaceful people. You go call them up and ask them, and they'll tell you exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, I don't know who to call.
Your superior.
Well, I am a superior to a certain extent.
So call your superior.
Doc, I've seen this in passing. Like, I'll see clips of this, but I've never watched the video straight through. This is like my first time hearing all of her arguments from start to finish. That's why I said I know it's old, but I want to see it.
Superior.
Well, it's going to take a couple hours or so for somebody to come down.
Well, just
and that's
call
not going
them.
to happen right now.
Well, then we're going to have to solve it some other way.
All right.
We just need to...
We're going to solve it some other way. You heard that? Looks like they're going to solve it some other way.
You need to call in, tell them I'm a free inhabitant, and find out what that is.
Well, I am going to tow this vehicle, young lady, so you cannot be in this vehicle.
I understand that. So all right, then I'm going to get out of the vehicle, and I'm going to walk down to that house because you do not have authority over me. Well, then I'm not getting out of the vehicle.
No, you're not.
Why?
You're not free to leave.
Why?
As soon as I conclude the rest of my investigation, you will be free to leave. As far as I know, you have not done anything wrong at this point, but you are slowly reaching to that point for 148 PC.
I'll get out of the vehicle for you. I will get out of the vehicle. I'm kidding.
Wow. A sovereign citizen leaving the car. That video has 850. It has that many. I didn't look at the view. I know it had a lot of views. Oh, but only 350 subs. It's only a video on the channel. So people must not believe what she's saying. Oh, that'll be interesting. That'll get me demonetized. The Siberian kitty wasn't driving with a suspended license. He was traveling. Good. That's a good argument. So soft-sit ideology was actually true. Then why aren't judges and prosecutors following the soft-sit way of living? Like, he doesn't. Wow. Could you imagine her in a relationship with a Siberian? Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't even imagine the two of them together. Hey, Glenn. Well, it's his right. Oh boy.
All right. Well, you're not free to leave. You're going to take the bag off.
No, I'm
You're going
not.
to take the bag off.
No, I'm not.
The next year.
Hey!
Oh boy. The moment you see the camera start shaking, that's a problem. I know she starts screaming, so let me turn the volume down.
You're raping me. This is rape.
Oh.
This is rape.
No, it's not. No, it's not, lady. Hold on 1 second, guys. Sorry. No, my God. I see what you mean when you said she was crying grape. Oh my God.
This is rape!
Relax.
Oh my God.
Relax your arms.
It's relaxed.
Stop fighting with
It's
me.
relaxed.
Stop fighting with me. Stop fighting.
All right? I'm not.
Should I put that in my compilation yesterday of screaming while being arrested? Like, she was screaming.
Not fighting.
Center 2, 5, 6. I got a combative X-ray.
Here, I'm lifting my arm up. I'm lifting my arm up.
Your arm right
it
there.
hurt. Okay, I told you what I was doing.
This is pain compliance, okay? It's not meant to be comfortable.
This is
Do I have
illegal.
your attention?
This is completely illegal.
Explain to me why it's illegal. Tell me. All because you claim it's illegal does not make it actually illegal. So.
No! Take my bag off!
I can't.
You're not putting me in the car. You can wait till you get to Superior. You are not taking my bag off. You can handcuff me with my bag on.
You're right. I will. Relax.
I'm relaxed. Don't touch my bag! You touching my bag! You're gonna get in so much trouble, you son of a bitch!
Whoa. 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 Hey. Help me. Glenn Harlow for $5. I had to take a couple of Excedrin for that scream. Oh man, I gotta turn the volume down. I should have turned it down a bit more. Anyway, thanks for that, Glenn.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Thank you so much for that $2 super thanks. You are so awesome. You are super. Eagle Nick says that. You are super. And I thank you. Give me $1, you make me holler. Eagle Nick, all this.
Thank you for the $5. And yeah, like that's pretty wicked. Now this video has 5 more minutes to go, so let's see if anything interesting happens or she just screams the whole time.
You're gonna get sued. You don't even know what you're doing. I'm telling you, I'm gonna fucking sue you.
Stop.
What's your name? Our fucking Godona. You're gonna get arrested. You're gonna get fucking. Oh my God! You don't know your own laws.
He's going to be arrested and sued for detaining someone that was not complying with a lawful traffic stop. Okay, sure.
Relax, young
You
lady.
don't know your own laws.
Relax, young lady.
I can't believe you just did this.
You need to calm down.
You're gonna get in trouble. You don't know your own laws.
Calm down.
You're illegally doing this. I told you I was a free inhabitant.
Calm down.
You are illegally doing this.
Young lady, calm down.
You are illegally doing this. I told you this is against my will. You did this illegal. You cut my bag.
All right, you're under arrest.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
So I'm pretty sure she's under arrest. I'm pretty sure she's under arrest, being that she's locked, being that she's in handcuffs. It probably is the first time she ever heard no. Probably. That's the point. That's what drives me crazy. She's going to file a lawsuit in a court she doesn't believe in. That's why I say this whole game of lawsuits is BS. Even auditors defy authority. Court order, court ruling, that doesn't mean anything. That's not lawful. But if that's not lawful, why are you filing a lawsuit against someone in that same courthouse, in that same county, for upholding the rules of the court? Think about it. You're going to sue someone for upholding the rules in a courthouse that you say is not a rule, but you're suing them because they violated the rules and laws in the courthouse against you that you don't believe in. In essence, that's their argument, which makes absolutely no sense.
Stop!
Relax.
No!
You're
Leave
under
me alone!
You can't have this big camera around.
You can go get your superior!
I will
Go
get
get,
somebody,
and I'm
but not
waiting
right
right here. Go get your fucking superior! You
How smart is that, though? Being on the side of the road and handcuffed. You think the officers are going to let you stand there on the side of the road by yourself in handcuffs? You can't even run or walk away. Your hands are handcuffed behind your back. That doesn't make any sense.
Asshole! You need to calm down.
You need to fucking learn your goddamn job because you don't know your fucking laws! Go get your superior and go get your fucking laws!
Let's go.
No!
Go get your superior and go get your effing laws. How can he get his laws? What do you mean, go get your laws? What does that even mean?
You son of a fucking bitch! Fuck you! You stupid son of a bitch! You don't know what you're fucking doing! You're gonna get fucking in trouble! Oh my god, you son of a bitch! You don't know what you're fucking doing! This is against the law! You need to follow your own fucking laws!
Actually, he is following his laws. When a person is pulled over and they are in the process of a lawful traffic stop, you comply with the officer's orders. If you don't comply, then you will be detained, and because you are impeding and hindering the investigation of the lawful traffic stop. And yes, it is an officer's discretion if someone can be placed under arrest or put in handcuffs while being detained so that the obstruction is no longer there. So yes, the officer is absolutely following his laws.
You have no authority over me. And because you do not have authority over me and you're forcing authority over me and you're gonna get in trouble, I'm telling you this. Why do you not believe me? Let's go.
So is one of this just dead air? Let's see. Well, for all we know to this day, that cell phone is still on the ground, right in the same spot. Is she single? Asking for a friend. I'm pretty sure she's single. I don't see someone putting on a performance like that and, you know, someone putting up with that on a day-by-day basis. So, well, there you have it, folks. You just witnessed an illegal arrest. All right, now what? Now what do we do? Well, of course she does. Of course she does. I mean, for all you know, that's probably a learned behavior. Maybe they all just hate the government. Maybe they all just hate law enforcement. Oh, I couldn't imagine living with her. God, I'd kill myself. I can't say that. Sorry. Perfect GF for Chili. You know what? Bookie Worm? You inspired me. Let's watch Chili be arrested.
Oh, gotcha. You can tell me you need to stay away from my driver. Back up. Back up, I'm going to detain you. You're going to detain me how? In which way? Get away from my car. Actually, I'm standing right here. I'm at least 10 feet away, officer. I got to tell you, I'm a constitutional law scholar. You can do whatever you want, but just understand something. Your name will go on the lawsuit. Mind your own business. Mind your own business. I'm a member of the press. Go get in your car and do your job, little doggy. Go feed.
So, I mean, we've all seen this, but it's just glorious seeing Chili manhandled. The thing about what Chili just said, he said to Chili, who literally is all up in this officer's traffic stop, to mind your own business. Remember, these are the people that our favorite ladyboy loving attorney salivates over representing. People that interfere, that come up to police officers while they're in the course of their duties, literally minding their own business, and comes up and insults and yell at them. And by the way, Randy is currently representing Chili de Castro, I believe, against a content creator. So, Randy, I know you're looking at this. You're going to email Chili because, you know, that's your client. You can email him. That's your client, of course. So it's not solicitation. Oh, Mailroom Boy just used one of your videos. Let's sue him. This is not my channel. This is Dummy Kruger's channel. I am watching a video that Dummy Kruger did. So before you try and sue anyone with Chili, sue him. Don't sue me.
You're being detained right now. Okay, then detain me. Oh, she's free. Oh, you're going to detain a journalist?
Now, I don't know if the traffic stop was over or not, but the
See, that's not my video. People say we sound alike, even though I don't see you sounding alike at all. But no, Randy, this is not my video. So do not come in here and tell Chili de Castro to sue me. I know you would do it. I know you would tell him to sue me. This is not my video. Okay? Good.
Just let this woman go. And she even said at the very beginning of the video that it was her fault that she was pulled over. Way to go, Chili Bone. You may have, possibly for the first time ever, gotten someone out of legal trouble. Bravo, sir.
2015, Rodriguez. Don't put your hands on me. Come over. Don't touch me. Don't put your fucking hands on me. You know you're not. I gotta make sure. Hey guys, make sure you guys get my people on the phone. Oh, this is so you ended the stop, you dunce cap. Did you just end the stop? So that's a 2015. Over here in my car. No. Over here. No.
Well, that certainly sounds like disobeying a lawful order.
Bring your supervisor, please. Bring your supervisor, please. Don't touch me. To the car. You don't get to put your hands on me. Don't grab me. Don't grab me. Listen, you're not. First get your supervisor out here. You're not just going to grab me and throw me on the ground. You've already released her. You've already released her. This is 2015 Rodriguez versus United States. I'll walk right in front of your car. Let's go. Sure, come on. You need to set the phone down. No. I'm a constitutional law scholar. You can't take away my phone.
You're being detained. Now you're going to put hands on me.
No.
Come over here.
Why are you grabbing me?
Come over here.
Sure.
Over here.
Let the phone roll.
I don't care about the phone.
Why are you grabbing me?
Turn around.
Seeing him get manhandled is the best part right here. Right? Can I guess?
Why are you grabbing me?
Come over here.
Sure.
Trying to find is like a freeze frame where right. Number one, this officer is towering over Chili, and there's a freeze frame where Chili looks scared out of his mind.
Phone down. You're being detained. Now you're going to put hands on me.
No.
Come over.
Hey, Chili's whoa. Have a look. There's one comment. Listen, we were at Chicky and Pete's last night watching the game, and that Nakua almost catch at the end of the game. First of all, the Rams should have walked it off. That deep post, if Stafford hits that in stride, that's a touchdown. Like that was a great. The ending was terrific, but that catch, I disagree. I agree that it wasn't a catch. My theory to that is the only reason he won the appeal was because he already served, I think, 3 months in jail. So I think because he had time served, the judge, in essence, let him off early. I think that's the only reason why. This makes me want to rewatch the trial. You know what? Since you guys are here, you guys are liking this. Let's finish watching Chili get manhandled, though.
Why are you grabbing me?
Come over here.
Sure.
Over here.
Let the phone roll.
I don't care about the phone.
Why are you grabbing me?
Turn around.
I'm a member of the press.
Turn around.
I'm not doing anything.
You're being detained.
I'm not
now.
doing
Turn
anything.
around.
Well, that escalated quickly. And I also hate to tell you this, Chili, but members of the press can be arrested too.
Stop.
Are your cameras on?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay, then
Put
don't
your hands
put me
behind
in
your back.
No.
You're going in handcuffs.
Why?
Put your hands behind your back.
Can we slow down? Get supervisor.
I haven't done anything wrong.
Put your hands
I
behind your
haven't
back.
done anything wrong.
Don't make me
If you want to
attack
detain me, then put
I am
me
putting
here.
you in handcuffs.
But I'm not putting my hands behind my back.
Facing the hood.
I'll
Turn
face
around.
the hood.
Policy to put it behind. It has to be behind your back. Right now, you're going to get a ticket. If you do not put your hands behind your back, you're going to jail.
So this was part of the argument that Chili was obstructing because Chili did not want handcuffs put on the back. That sounds bad. Handcuffs put on the back. You get the idea. So you know what, guys? You know what? I'm a man of the people. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but let's have a look at all the good parts. In particular, the beginning. The beginning where he, like, oh my God. Yeah. Judge said he had a right to record, but overstepped it by interfering with the cop. And that's the point with all this. You have a right to film, but not to interfere. So let's have a quick peek at the beginning of this trial, where the judge, from the beginning, is having none of Chili's nonsense.
Castro, 23013015.
Good morning, Your Honor. Agnes Botello and David Cave for the record. Good morning, State.
Good morning, Mike. Me on behalf of the defendant, person with detail this morning.
So I have signed 2 media requests that permit recording or photographing these proceedings, but I have not granted any other requests to record or live stream these proceedings. So I need Mr. DeCastro and everybody else who wants to stay in the courtroom to surrender their phones, or you can leave.
Are your phone covered or not? Take one or you can exit.
I need Mr. DeCastro to empty all of his pockets.
What's that?
Empty your
pockets and give up your phones to the judge.
Okay.
The judge already knew of Chili's antics, which also possibly led to the appellate court to grant his appeal, because you could tell that this judge definitely did not like Chili, which I don't think is a fair assessment because of this initial interaction. The court proceedings haven't even officially started yet, and Chili shows his true colors for no reason. So she's like, look, I want no other recording other than what's been approved, so everybody give up their phone or leave. Which is a reasonable request, because knowing Chili probably has something up his sleeve.
I have to give you my phones?
Yeah.
My phones have to be completely off.
Yep. I don't really want to be part of your YouTube channel. So
You already are.
Right.
You already are.
Again, that's smug arrogance. I don't want to be part of your YouTube channel. You already are, Judge. Rule number 1, do not piss off the judge. That's rule number 1.
Awesome.
I'm not going to give him to this guy, though. I'll give him someone else. I'm not touching myself.
No, they're going to go to my marshal.
He's a pig.
Excuse me?
I said he's a pig.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out in what universe does that make sense? In what universe do you go to court and call the officers names when you are in court? And I've experienced this. Is, hey, David, when you are in court and the judge gives you a very clear directive, take your phone and give it to so-and-so. And then in that moment is Chili trying to assert any form of power that he doesn't even have. Oh, well, I'm not giving it to him. I'll give it to somebody else. And the judge did not like that. The judge said, no, you're going to give it to my marshal like I told you, because that's her courtroom. And that's what screws Chili, I believe.
So I'm not going to permit you to speak to anybody in my courtroom in that manner. And if you don't want to apologize, I'm going to hold you in contempt.
I apologize to the court, Your Honor.
No, you can apologize to, they've done nothing to you.
Actually, Your Honor, when you were here, you came over and gave me a directive for no reason, started telling me what to do.
Okay, well.
I have all the respect and love for the court. I follow the rule of law all the time.
No, it is.
When does Chili ever follow the rules of the law? And what Chili is referring to is when the judge said, "Give up your phones," the bailiff came over to take his phone. And Chili said, in essence, "What do you want?" And the bailiff said, "You have to give me your phone." That's the unlawful directive, which was the directive the court gave, not the officer. Chili somehow forgot that.
It is their job to maintain the safety and security of the courtroom.
I agree with you, Your Honor.
So if you want to speak like that in my courtroom, I'm going to hold you in contempt. And if I hold you in contempt, you're going to jail. That is not my wish. Okay?
I wish you good.
All right. So I need you to empty your pockets too. Suit pocket, pants pocket.
This is illegal. This is a violation of my Fourth Amendment.
No, it is.
How is this a violation? How is this a violation of his Fourth Amendment rights? If anything, he's violating himself because he's searching himself. No one is searching him. He's told to empty his pockets to make sure he has no alternative recording devices. But he says that the court is violating his Fourth Amendment rights. That just makes no sense.
Yes, it is. I don't have any recording devices on me. What are you talking about?
How about suit jacket?
I don't have anything on me. This is preposterous. This really is.
No, it's not.
It's really not. And you see the judge is like, no, it's not. You have a YouTube channel. You're notorious for filming. You're notorious for defying lawful orders. I'm making sure that you are not in any way trying to go behind my back and violate the direct order I made to not film.
Yes, it is.
Mr. Me, your phone too.
They're recording everything.
They have a media request.
Right, and I'm not recording anything. Is that your guy here took my phone, so his phone's not on it? Right. Just make sure you can take the lawyer's phone too?
No, I'm not going to take the lawyer's phone. He's an officer of the court. All right. Do we have everybody's phones? Are they off? All right. Good. All right. All right. This is the time set that the trial is stated.
If you ask me, I think she handled that incredibly well. I mean, the person that made the big deal about it was Chili, but no one else in the courtroom objected. Either turn off your phones or leave. Okay. People either left or turned off their phones, except Chili. Chili was the one that made such a big deal. Like, oh, I'm a victim. Oh.
Data versus Jose De Castro, 23 CR 013015. Is state ready to proceed?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
How many witnesses do you have?
We anticipate one.
All right. Is the defense ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I have your request to convert counsel to standby counsel. I'm going to deny that request. Either you represent him or he should have previously requested a Bodycams to represent himself. That I just consider that a delay tactic, so that request is denied. Are you ready to proceed? Otherwise, I'm assuming you are.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Will the state please call the first witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, literally, at the last moment, Chili wanted you see this on TV shows all the time, and it doesn't really happen that much in court, at least based on my observation. But what he's trying to do is he wants to represent himself, but have the attorney with him as standby counsel to do all the heavy lifting and the grunting word. Chili wants to cross-examine witnesses. He wants to make arguments directly to the judge. Like, that's what his objective is. And then the lawyer almost acts like a paralegal, so to speak. They acts like a paralegal that does like the filing, drafts the motions, that kind of thing. You see that a lot, again, on TV, but 9 times out of 10, the judge says, look, either your lawyer's going to represent you or you're going to represent yourself. And the judge was right. That's a delay tactic. You don't come into court and then say, hey, I want to change blah, blah, blah. So, no.
The state calls Brandon Ford, and he's in the anteroom.
I think I will skip. Because literally 2 witnesses, this dude and then Chili. So let's listen to Chili's cross-examination.
That we're presenting a First Amendment defense, and the defendant is a member of the press. There's different standards for First Amendment rulings where there's public policy at issue. He can give insight into that.
I'm going to allow it for a bit and see where it goes.
Chili's on the stand, yet he's taking notes. Like, what are you taking notes of? That's like in the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, where Amber Heard's taking all these invisible notes. Someone pointed this out, that she like had a pen and a notepad in front of her, and she literally was drawing scribbles on the piece of paper, and sometimes not even writing on it, but she did it just to look important, like she was writing something down. Like Chili, and Chili's not even have a pen; he has a magic marker. What?
Yes, I do have I do have a YouTube channel, and the reason I have a YouTube channel is because of how many cops kill people every year, how many cops hurt, maim, torture, rape, and kill people every single year. It's such an epidemic that the rest of the world, I get thousands of emails saying, only in America does this happen. I started filming cops because when I was cheated in 2002.
Objection at this point, relevance,
Well, this is the reason I'm a member of the press.
this narrative.
So can you ask him a question?
Yes, Your Honor. What type of films do you make for your YouTube channel?
I only film police in their official capacity.
I don't. Didn't he do audits though? He might now strictly stick to police, but I'm pretty sure didn't he like go into like buildings for a period of time? One video where DMA and Regan Benson and all them were at the Social Security office, and he showed up and started yelling at the security inside. Like, didn't Chili at one time do audits or no? Am I wrong? Are you saying in essence, like, I've never, all I do is film the police. I strictly film the police. I don't know if that's necessarily true from day one. Taipan says, yeah. Okay, that's why I thought he did some audits. I thought he was. I don't know.
I'm known across the country and across the world.
And why do you engage in that type of filming?
So I'm going to ask you, Mr. Mead, to direct your questions about the incident in question.
The reason
I think the judge could have let him answer that. It is a foundation. It does give context as to why Chili was there. But I guess I don't know. I don't know. I think that could have been a question that could have been answered. Again, it is for foundation, but you can't give your full testimony based on foundation. So the judge is probably just saying, let's move this along.
I was filming Mr. Gort that day.
Objection, Your Honor. Oh, sorry.
So
there wasn't a question posed, so I'm here what he was.
Mr. DeCastro, on dating question, why did you approach that vehicle?
I was filming that cop because that's what I do for a living. I am a member of the press.
No, you are not a member of the press. I bet. I'll bet every penny I have. I don't have any money. But, I bet whatever. I bet my PS5 that no news station would recognize Chili actually as a member of the press.
And I invoked my right to be press. I always invoke my right to be press within the first 10 seconds of engaging with police, and I have thousands of videos that prove this.
So this is how you make money?
This is not how specifically I make money. I make money from selling legal documents to people.
Okay.
How can you sell legal documents to people if you're not an attorney? Is that not an authorized practice of law? You just said that you sell and make money off of legal materials. But our favorite ladyboy loving attorney that represents Chili, I bet he doesn't have a problem with that. No. Just wants to represent auditors to screw content creators like myself. Not screw the government officials that quote unquote screw these guys. tiny channels like mine that make no money off of their content, that is protected by fair use. The lawyer said he doesn't care about fair use, but yeah, he represents someone that pretends to be an attorney and makes a profit off of it. That addition alone should actually, I'm surprised that didn't get Chili into further trouble. Seems like this kind of like, look, it's passed over.
Do you recall the officer telling you to back up?
Yes, I do.
And what did you do after he told you to back up?
I took a couple steps back. I just showed him that I was willing to back up a little bit. However, if I may, in Arizona, they created a 10-foot law.
Objection, relevance, we're not in Arizona, it's the state of Nevada.
So I'm gonna.
It's a good objection. He's bringing up laws that's not relevant to that state. And he might say, whoa, I assumed it was 10 feet, not 25. Ignorance of the law is not a defense. That's why you comply to the officer's lawful order.
Allow it because I think that goes to why he kept saying 10 feet in the video, even though I will take judicial notice that you're not in the state of Arizona, you're in the state of Nevada.
Well, a federal judge struck it down, Your Honor, and
Stop. Can you ask me a question?
He's laughing, but you can't get in a back and forth with the judge. If the judge makes a ruling, you don't get to rebut that. Oh, well, actually, Judge, you're wrong. No, Chili.
Yes, Your Honor. Approximately how many feet did you back up?
I backed up a foot or two. I was at least 10 feet away from that car that the driver was pulled over in.
And when you spoke to the driver, what did you say?
Just after she was okay. The reason I filmed police is because they abuse people so often.
Do you recall the officer telling you not to speak with the driver?
Yes.
And did you make any statements to the driver after that command was given?
Absolutely not.
Did the officer ever give you a specific distance to back up to?
No, he didn't.
If he did, would you have complied with that?
Sure.
No, that is a lie. He just said that if the officer gave him a specific directive, he would have probably complied. That is a lie. In order to be a member of the press, you must have a reproducible work product. One can sell legal documents like stationery stores do. Basic things like leases, forms, it all depends on what this idiot fool decides to sell. So, yes, you can sell template. Well, here's the thing. They can sell them, but who is the creator of these legal documents? So, for example, an owner of the stationery store isn't drafting the lease. These are documents drafted by Chili. So yeah, so a person can sell them. They can copy and reproduce, but these are legal documents that he has produced. That's my interpretation, David. He confessed to that. So, I don't know.
Did you believe you were complying with the officer's commands?
100%. I also informed him I'm a member of the press. I'm a constitutional law scholar, that this is what I do.
Do you recall the officer explaining to you why he decided to arrest you?
There's several parts to the reason why he said he was going to arrest me. He said he was going to arrest me because I wouldn't turn my head a certain direction. If I didn't turn and face the car with my head, that he would place me under arrest instead of just giving me a ticket.
Do you recall him explaining why he decided to detain you before he arrested you?
He decided to detain me because he said I was obstructing, which, from my understanding, is a physical act where I would have to get.
No. He just said, from his understanding, he believes obstruction solely is a physical act. And you're right and you're wrong. Because you can physically obstruct with an officer, not just by your physical being, but by your conduct that also is obstructing. Like, what do you think screaming and yelling at the officer, taking his attention away physically from the traffic stop is doing? It's obstructing It's a physical obstructing. That's what it is.
In the way he said that the driver deserved privacy. I believe my First Amendment rights are not up for feelings.
Did he explain to you that the basis of your detention was related primarily to the issue of privacy or the issue of you backing up?
Well, I think from the officer's testimony, we can see that he's scared of the driver, scared of me, scared of everything. They teach them to be afraid of everything. So I had 2 cameras out. It's identified as a member of the press. I'm sorry, repeat the question. I want to get it specific for the record.
Sure. The question was, did the officer explain to you that the basis of your detention was because of you not backing up or because of the privacy issue of the driver?
It was both. He said that he told me to back up. I backed up a little bit. Then he said, she deserves privacy. And then I told him to go get in your car, little doggy, and write your ticket. And at that point, his face turned bead red and his veins in his neck stuck out because we were over 20 feet away. And you had to holler to hear each other because the wind was probably 30 miles an hour.
Did you at any point attempt to hit any of the officers involved?
No, absolutely not.
Did you intentionally swat any of the officers?
Absolutely not. He was giving me unlawful commands. I should not have been detained after identified as a member of the press. If he ever reached a hand out towards me, I wrestle and teach MMA and I have 30 years. So it's just a natural reaction as I'm retreating from somebody. If I may have put my hand up, as he said, as he testified himself, I certainly am a law-abiding citizen. I don't break the law. So I would not have tried to assault an officer under any circumstances.
Is it possible that during the interaction, there was inadvertent contact between you and the officer?
Sure, he decided to go hands-on with me when he was giving me unlawful commands. And there was absolutely no reason for it. I was willing to comply with anything he asked within reason because I don't want to have a fist fight with another man on the street.
Do you recall the officer ordering you to go to his patrol vehicle?
I do.
And what did you do in response to that?
Initially, I told him no, but then when he began to get physical with me and start to grab me and touch me, I said, okay, I'll go over to your car. His car was 35 feet away. I then led him to his car. It's on video, you can see it. I would walk right up to his car, and then he insisted still on grabbing me. After he saw me pull out an additional phone.
So the big issue with that is that there's no evidence of that because of the fact that it's not on video. So at that point, it's he said, she said, right? So, right. So Chili's saying, oh, well, you know, and then once this happened, I would have complied. But because the officer did that, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I see. Okay. Sorry. 1 second. 1 second. There. 1 second, guys. I'm going to let it play on.
Which, that's what press people do. We have lots of cameras on us.
And did you inform the officer that you were a member of the press?
Oh, several times. It's in the transcripts. I've transcribed them myself. Several times I told him I'm a member of the press.
Muted my mouse talking. I said, just because you claim to be a member of the press does not actually mean that you are a member of the press. And it does not mean that the officer has to respect you as a journalist, because again, there's no evidence that you actually are a journalist. And well, we know for a fact you are not one.
And did you explain to the officer that you have a background in constitutional law?
Yes, I told him I'm a constitutional law scholar, which was a moniker given to me.
A background in His lawyer actually is going this route. No, it's not letting me do it. His lawyer actually is attempting to argue that he is a constitutional law scholar. His lawyer just asked him point blank if he told the officer that he has a background in constitutional law. That's a sanctionable question because the lawyer knows for a fact that Chili has no background in constitutional law. Being a self-proclaimed, quote unquote, constitutional law scholar in no way makes you a constitutional law scholar. It in no way gives you a background in constitutional law. I'm speechless at that question.
By other people who are also, they have their own channels, their own press, and that's what some other lawyers on another channel called me 3 years ago. And I since adapted the moniker.
And just to get some, I guess, further background, were you looking for police to report on this particular day?
No, there's the cops hide on the side of the road to pull people over. It's pretty regular in our country. I was just in the parking lot there. I saw that Mr. Bork had somebody pulled over, concerned for her safety. I began to film.
And why do you think that law enforcement traffic stops are relevant to the public?
That's where most people get killed.
Objection relevance. Stating that question. Move to strike. Stating.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
I have no questions for this witness.
Thank you, sir. You may step down. This is Ben's rest.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, of course, there's no questions for Chili because Chili screwed himself. Hey there, Killa. Like, what questions could you ask? Like, Chili proved his case. And as the judge is going to make clear, nothing in his testimony indicates that he did not interfere with a lawful investigation. His testimony was more about him and his right to film and him being a constitutional law scholar. And the judge is going to call him out on that.
The argument by the state.
Your Honor, the state asks you to find the defendant guilty of both the obstructing a public officer as well as resisting a public officer charged against him. The video very adequately portrays, and I don't think it's disputed by the defendant, what the context was of the interaction with the officer. I would venture to say that had the defendant just complied with the original order to not engage with the driver and to back up, we wouldn't be here. He wouldn't have found himself further engaging with Officer Bork. This is not a First Amendment issue. As you heard over and over and over again on video, Officer Bork did not have a problem with the defendant recording. It's not a First Amendment issue. It's an officer safety issue. Here you have an officer who conducted a lawful traffic stop. You saw the nature of the stop. There was no animosity between the officer and the driver. It was rather peaceful. They were engaged, banter back and forth. He would have, as he testified, he was trying to determine whether he was going to cite her or let her go with a warning. And then you have an individual, the defendant, introduce himself to a situation. Traffic stops, Your Honor, are inherently dangerous, particularly in crowded parking lots. I guess anywhere, I would venture to say. This officer was reasonable in thinking that anyone who would approach in the manner that the defendant approached his scene would have a reason to fear for his safety, or at least be suspicious of this individual's motives coming in. The officer had no problem with the recording. The officer had no problem with the defendant observing. It was when he inserted himself into this lawful detention that was occurring with the Hyundai driver that the officer turned his attention onto the defendant. This is not a First Amendment issue. This is an individual who took what he perceived to be his rights too far. The officer was well within his right, as well as acting reasonably when he asked him to back up. That 21-foot rule, it's appropriate. He said that was the training that they received in terms of the distance that's allowed for someone who needs to do them harm. It's a threat assessment. We don't know when the defendant approached whether he had a gun concealed, whether he had a knife concealed, whether he had other weapons. And you'll hear multiple times in the video, Officer Bork yelling, "Stop reaching, stop reaching." This is an unknown, when defense counsel asked Officer Bork all of these questions about how it is that you do this, and Officer Bork kept responding, it depends on the situation, it depends on the totality of the circumstances. Here was an officer acting alone, individually, engaged one-to-one with a driver. But he had no problem with it. You insert another individual who enters the scene in the manner that the defendant did. And now this officer's attention is going to be divided. He had every reason to fear for his safety as well as.
And that right there is the most logical explanation. The officer's attention was divided because of Chili's conduct. That is physical obstruction. Whether or not you physically are standing in between the officer and a traffic stop, you are still obstructing by taking the officer's attention away, which is exactly what you did, Chili.
Is that of the driver. Again, if he had just complied with the officer's commands or demands to back up, and a lot was made about, hey, he didn't have an opportunity to tell the defendant exactly how far back. As the officer testified, even just with the, hey, back up, the defendant didn't back up, not willingly. That's why the officer had to continue to engage with him and force him into the situation. Had he complied, he would not have been charged with obstruction. Had he complied initially, he would not have been charged with the resisting. The officer was, you are going to have to assess credibility. There's nothing in the video or Officer Bork's testimony that would cause the court to question his veracity or his intention for that matter. He was very honest in that he didn't believe the defendant wasn't trying to harm him necessarily with the SWAT. That's why the defendant wasn't charged with the battery on a protected person or police officer. But that SWAT, Your Honor, I would argue, was meant to resist. At that point in time, the officer was trying to detain him and subsequently arrest him on the obstruction as depicted in the video. And so at this point, I think we proved by beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant did hinder Officer Bork's investigation and detention of the Hyundai driver, and that he resisted the officer's arrest and or attempt to arrest him. And so we would ask that you find the defendant guilty of both.
Great, thank you. Ben?
Well said. Now, let's look at the flip. And let's see how this lawyer tries to somehow justify Chili's actions.
Yes, Your Honor. So first of all, you cannot obstruct an unlawful order. I disagree with the state that this is not a First Amendment issue. The First Amendment in this context actually has two parts. There's the filming and the right to film within 8 feet.
Seriously, dude? First of all, he says you cannot interfere with an unlawful arrest, or you cannot obstruct an unlawful arrest. So is this attorney claiming that the whole thing was unlawful? And nothing about the obstruction had anything to do with filming. That's the quote unquote First Amendment aspect. It's the part that goes above that, which is when obstruction takes place. When you are filming, but you're also screaming and hollering, directing the officer's attention away from the traffic stop. That is when the line is crossed.
A reasonable distance. The case law in all the federal circuits, Your Honor, there's no 21 feet rule that's been approved by any court of which I'm aware. That there is a 10-foot rule. That seems to be the rule that is applied by most of the federal circuits in interpreting the First Amendment. I submitted a bench brief that kind of goes through that issue. If the court's had a chance to review that.
I don't have that. When did you submit it?
It was submitted yesterday, Your Honor.
I mean, at this point, I would move to strike because it's untimely. But I got it this morning when I walked into court.
Go ahead.
So the officer's testimony that there's essentially this 21-foot distance where anybody can charge an officer and cause physical harm to an officer. If that is applied universally, Your Honor, it totally diminishes and violates the First Amendment. That is, as the officer testified, a 21-foot radius that he can attempt to impose. I believe his testimony was anytime there's not an obstacle between a person and somebody that law enforcement is interacting with. And that's just not what the law requires, Your Honor. The First Amendment gives their media, new media, old media, it gives individuals the right to film government agents. There's
again, it has nothing to do with filming. This is a textbook definition of an attorney not understanding the facts of the case. That's what it is. I'm an idiot mailroom boy, okay? I don't know anything about anything. Ask Mr. Newman, he makes that very clear. But even I can see that this lawyer does not understand the arguments of the case itself, of the facts of the case. There has never been any issue about him filming. In fact, the officer says, you can film, just do not interfere with my traffic stop.
no dispute that that's the requirement. And if the officer is applying this 21-foot circumference to all law enforcement interactions, he's effectively eliminated the ability to film law enforcement going about their duties. The commands to not talk to the driver are also not based on any actual legal justification. There's no right to privacy in public, whether you're engaged with law enforcement or not. There's no requirement or no statute, no law that citizens can't interact with drivers that are interacting with law enforcement. So what's taken place here, Your Honor, is that this officer has taken it upon himself to essentially act as the legislature and created these rules that have no basis in any law, and in fact are contrary to the First Amendment. Again, you can't obstruct an unlawful demand, so there is no obstruction of justice here. Resisting arrest, Your Honor, the court can see the video. Essentially what happened is he walked over to the front of the vehicle. There was some dispute about why he was being detained. That was discussed. The case law in that area, Your Honor, is that if it's an unlawful arrest, which it was in this case because they're essentially arresting him for violating these unlawful orders that they're pronouncing.
I love the court reporter. If you look in the background,
that they're
look at where the attorney is standing, where his left shoulder is.
Pronouncing.
She's looking at him like, huh? Like, what? Michael Me. They once was a lawyer named Me.
Again, the case law is you can passively resist an unlawful arrest, and that's all that occurred here. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Castro, please stand. The problem with the argument that your attorney makes is it completely fails to consider the safety of the officer and the safety of the driver. The officer doesn't know who you are, and the driver doesn't know who you are. And you don't have any right to interfere with that officer doing his investigation and deciding if he wants to issue a ticket to this driver. And you also don't have any business approaching the driver. The driver didn't ask you for help. The driver.
That's a good point. The driver didn't ask for help. So why are you trying to talk to the driver while you are obstructing and interfering with the officer's duties? That's a good question.
Didn't say help, help. You know, you didn't see an altercation happening between the officer and this driver. The officer didn't protest that you were filming. There's no problem with filming. You can film. It's fine.
That just destroyed the defense's entire case. The judge just said, you can film. That's fine. Which demonstrates, again, filming is never the issue. It's not. It's an irrelevant factor that these auditors hold on to so that they can always be the victim. Oh, I was arrested for filming. No, you were arrested because of your conduct, just like Chili.
All right. But you did interfere with his investigation. You did interfere with his ability to do his job. You did put him in a position where he is concerned for his safety and the safety of the driver. So I believe the state's met their burden beyond reasonable doubt. I'm going to find you guilty of obstructing a public officer and resisting a public officer. So I'd like to hear from the state and then your attorney prior to sentencing.
Your Honor, in terms of sentencing, I would ask the defendant enter and complete an impulse control class. I would ask that the court levy a $500 fine or the equivalent in community service. I would ask that the defendant be ordered to stay out of trouble for the pendency of the case. And I would ask for a 90-day suspended sentence. And that's not as to each count to 1 concurrent. That's our request.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, I'm asking the court to sentence the defendant to credit for time served for these offenses. Even if the court concludes, and the court did conclude that he didn't have the right to do what he did, I think the court can see that he sincerely believed that he had the right to do so. That's based on his past experiences and the training he's received in reference to the First Amendment. I don't think there's any intent from the defendant to engage in any wrongdoing in this case, Your Honor.
BS. Bollocks. Bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. Chili DeCastro, when he walked into this courtroom, immediately started yelling obscenities to the officer. The officer didn't say or do anything to him. Why did Chili say that? Because that's how he's predisposed. He absolutely intended to go up to that officer on the traffic stop and cause mayhem. Because if he didn't get a reaction, he would have no following.
And that being the case, especially because of the public policy interests at issue.
So when you say he doesn't wish to engage in any wrongdoing, it seems to me from observing him in the video that he wants this. He wants to get arrested. He wants to get into an altercation with police officers.
He's literally shaking his head in agreement that he wants to get into a confrontation. He wants to obstruct. He wants to be arrested.
Welcomes this. This helps his YouTube channel. He called the officers here in my courtroom today pigs. He called and he's nodding his head up and down. So apparently he hates every law enforcement officer in the United States. All right. Please stand up, sir. Are you finished with your request for credit time, sir?
I think part of her giving him the max like she does was this at the end. Was this nodding his head? Why his whole thumbs up? Like, you hate all law enforcement officers with a thumbs up. So how can the attorney argue, I don't believe that he intended to interfere. I don't believe that she intended to. And 5 seconds later, your client's nodding his head like, yep, I hate all police officers. Yep, I want to get arrested. I want to grow my YouTube channel. He just acknowledged that.
wants to get into an altercation with the police officers, he welcomes this. This helps his YouTube channel. He called the officers here in my courtroom today pigs. He called me, and he's nodding his head up and down. So apparently he hates every law enforcement officer in the United States. All right, please stand up, sir. Are you finished with your request for credit for time served?
I would just emphasize, Your Honor, that the defendant testified and he sincerely believes that he is providing a public service when he reviews and films these incidents. I understand the court may have a different view of that, but when we're talking about First Amendment and public policy issues such as supervising people involved in government, I think that is something the court can take into consideration, not to have a chilling effect on that. Let's go on that, Your Honor.
Right. Mr. DeCastro, please stand. I hereby sentence you to 90 days in the Clark County Detention Center on count 1, 90 days in the Clark County Detention Center on count 2, to run consecutive for a total of 180 days in custody. Thank you.
Sentence suspended or?
Oh no, I'm going to start right now.
You can kind of look the moment where he's like, it's like the wheels were slowly turning, and he's like, "Wait, what?"
In custody. Thank you.
Right here.
Sentence suspended or?
Oh no, I'm going to start right now.
Oh no, you can start right now. Oh no. Oh no. You can start right now.
To run consecutive for a total of 180 days in custody. Thank you.
Sentence suspended or?
Oh no, I'm going to start right now.
How fitting. The officer he called a pig is the one that's putting him in cuffs, and it's going to walk him out.
Can you put people? I'm back to the show. This is travesty of justice. I don't like police.
He's saying it's a travesty of justice, while the officers are complying with his request to put 2 sets of cuffs on him instead of 1. What a travesty of justice.
Put me in jail for half a year. How long have I been in the house? Just get it in the car. Yeah, it's in the church. Can I get my keys off? My keys are in there. They're inside this. Can you enjoy? No, in the briefcase. Yeah. I'll fix your stuff. It's a minivan, some popcorn place on it. Get a hold of my assistant, James.
Well. Our old pal Chili. That's a nice throwback as we end the year, enjoying these throwbacks. The best 180 days the world would get. Kicking and screaming, please. Handcuffs by the officer he called a pig. It's poetic justice who's handcuffing. No screaming of torture cuffs. How about that? Yeah, no screaming of torture cuffs. I heard he has to smuggle is the game pieces for his new game. Oh, I'd hope not. I hope not. Lawz, great to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for coming. Lovely to see you. Whatever happened to his lawsuit with the judge? I didn't know if he actually filed it. I don't know. Oh, it was thrown out. Okay. His case eventually was overturned, which I said earlier, probably because of how long he actually spent in jail. He did about half. I believe he did it was about the first 90 days that he did. And I don't know. I think probably because the judge demonstrated that she potentially was biased. I wonder if that's what it was. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. All right, guys, I gotta get going. Like I said, hard stop no later than 6 o'clock. Just wanted to come hang out for a bit. Probably won't be around for a couple days. We are headed to Manhattan for New Year's weekend. I don't think we're getting back until like Saturday night. So it might be the last time I see you guys now. Well, if it is, hopefully everyone enjoys the next few days. Enjoy being with your families. As we reflect on the end of one year, we look forward to great memories taking place in the new one. So thank you guys. Love you guys. And hey, as I say, see you guys next year. It looks like. maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, see you guys.
Now everybody say goodbye for about the 7th time to the newest Frauder Mania YouTube handle he has created. Go create you a few more, because Eagle Nick Audits is fixing to send you out the door.
Oh, what an assault.
Fuck you up. Say my mom again, bro. Say my mom again. Say my mom again, bro. Say my mom again. Say it again, bro. Say it again. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Wait.
Are you serious right now?
Let's go.
Don't you touch me. Don't you put hands on me. This is a lawsuit, sir.
Okay.
Everybody see what's happening? Look at this.